Welcome back, or to, my sketchbook. I'm Chrissy, and today we are trying alcohol markers for the very first time, which is both exciting and a little intimidating. I've been wanting to experiment with some new mediums this year, so I figured let's just jump in and see what happens. This is a cozy after-work sketching sesh for me, so grab your sketchbook and hang out. I'm using the Ohuhu alcohol ink markers that I've had for a very long time, kind of used but never made a full illustration with, and decided they're taking up way too much space in my house to be collecting dust. So for this sketch, I wanted to keep it simple, just a little fruit study, some grapes, a favorite of mine, blueberries, peaches, and lemons. Here you're watching me sketch out these fruits with a pink pencil, because from my vast research, I have learned that the pink is better to get absorbed into the ink. So it's not gonna get as muddy as a gray graphite would. It's like a little pink pencil, and I sketched everything out. Right away, the markers felt very different from anything that I'm used to. I work mostly in acrylic, so having something that blends this quickly is kind of wild. At a high level, it reminds me of watercolors, working from light to dark, which is not something I'm well versed in. I've always said I don't have enough patience to work in watercolors, which I think is true, but I also think the other reality is that I learned to paint in acrylics first, so I'm way more used to that, and my grandma brain does not like to learn new things. Back to the alcohol inks, I also didn't realize just how fast you have to commit. There's no time to hesitate. The ink is down and you're rolling with it, which is honestly kind of fun. Eventually, as I work through these fruits, I'm trying to figure out the layering situation. So from watching other people use these, I know I need to start with the lightest color and go from there, like I said just now, which is the opposite of what I usually do. With acrylics, it's definitely add the dark and then layer the light on top. So I think I might have gotten a little overzealous, especially with the blueberries, which resulted in me adding in some of the light with colored pencils at the end. I'm also definitely learning that paper matters a lot with markers. The sketchbook I'm using here is a Christmas present from my mom, and I noticed eventually that the markers bleed. You can see it the best with the little mohawk thingies on the blueberries. They ended up just kind of blending together instead of showing as little individual doohickeys. But overall, I love how loose these feel. It kind of forces me to stop overthinking and just to go with the flow, which is refreshing after doing so many detailed acrylic pieces and kind of burning myself out over the holidays. I also really love that I don't have to get out all of my painting supplies, put on my paint clothes, and get to work. I just have to pull out the markers and go, which is super easy and quick. Okay, so what did I learn? Alcohol markers blend beautifully if you work fast, and I think I need to be more aggressive and just not think about it and just do. Do it or not, there is no try. Layering takes practice. The more I use these, the better I will understand how the colors work together, different kinds of techniques to sketch with and layer brushstrokes, and from there have a general idea of how I want to build the final piece rather than just kind of rolling with the punches as they swing in. One of my favorite things that I've learned as I paint more and more with acrylics is as I am picturing the final product or have like a thumbnail sketch in front of me, I kind of have a general idea of how I'm going to attack the painting from a technique standpoint, kind of how I'm going to layer, what brush strokes I'm going to use, what brushes I'm going to use and whatnot. And I'm really eager to get that same kind of mindset with another medium, especially one, like I said earlier, that is less pressure to use, less setup, and stuff like that. Paper choice is everything. I definitely want to use this sketchbook to keep practicing and lower the pressure, just in case my final product does suck. But eventually, I know I need to get a sketchbook that has some higher quality paper and that does not bleed as much. I think that's just going to overall kind of add a level of quality that wouldn't otherwise be there. But for a first attempt, I'm actually really happy with how this turned out. Let me know which fruit is your favorite here. Personally, I'm super into the blueberries and the lemons, My least favorite are the peaches, which is funny because my partner actually thinks those are the best, so to each his own. Thanks for hanging out with me today. If you use alcohol markers, tell me your favorite brands or any tips you swear by. I'm clearly a beginner here, and if you want more sketchbook videos or more experiments with new mediums, let me know, and I'll see you in the next one.